Manziel right now is showing that football matters more to him than what Kaepernick is showing. And I know people aren't going to like that statement, but it's the truth. Michael Bennett has been indicted for injuring an elderly lady. After the Super Bowl this past year, his brother was, a member of the Eagles. He rushed the field and apparently knocked down an elderly person, injuring them. He's been indicted. An arrest warrant issued. Never did like the guy. Still don't like the guy. And I know, I don't know him personally, but just from what I've seen and the things that he said and how he portrays himself, not a fan. Cowboys sign Allen Hurns. Every season we talk about what are Cowboys going to do with Dez Bryant. What should they do? They need to move on. I really do believe they're at a point where they need to move on. They have shown at times they don't need him to win. And you start to ask yourself the question, is he hurting us more than he is helping us? Now, granted, Dez hasn't been a distraction. He hasn't. But they haven't gotten really anywhere with him. And we talk about this every year. Do the Cowboys need to trade him? Do they need to move off of him? I've heard from people, don't be surprised if something happens on draft day with Dez Bryant. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. I think if they were going to trade him or move off of him, it would have happened by then. But I do think it's time. And now they bring in Allen Hurns out of Jacksonville, who is a pretty damn good receiver. They finally made that move. And is this a sign of they're preparing to move off of Dez? Was bringing in Allen Hurns a sign of them, hey, we're taking the first steps of possibly moving off of Dez Bryant here? Could be. We'll have to see. So we're all hearing about Darnell DeRozan and Allen. I still believe Mason Rudolph is one of the best available in the draft. I do. I think Sam Darnold is good. I don't like his wind-up and how long it takes him to release a damn football. He has what it takes. I do believe that. Do I think he's a number one overall pick worthy? I don't know. I mean, you got to be thinking here for the Browns, how many more times can they get this wrong? They whiffed on Carson Wentz. They whiffed on other players. We've heard Jordan Palmer, who's a representative for Josh Allen and Sam Darnold, and he said this past week that he believes Josh Allen is a better pro than Sam Darnold. I still think Mason Rudolph is one of the overlooked here. He's being overlooked. And I think there's really good talent there. I really do. And I think somebody in the second round is going to sneak him away, and they're going to get a winner. And we see this every year. Every year we see the 2 or 3 quarterbacks that are being talked up and blown up to be these next Peyton Manning-like players, next Drew Brees-like players. And then there's always that one quarterback that people aren't talking about, that you're not hearing much about, that ends up being the superstar, that ends up being the franchise guy. And I believe Mason Rudolph is going to be that quarterback of this draft. Somebody's going to sneak away and pull him in the second round, and I think he is going to end up being one of the best quarterbacks out of this draft. Right now, if I had to take a quarterback early, I would lean Sam Darnold over Josh Rosen and Josh Allen. Just from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I know through, film and watching them play, I would go Sam Darnold. But if I'm a later team or a second round team, I'm going Mason Rudolph. And I guarantee you there's a couple teams right now that are sitting there saying, that's our guy. Because we're all hearing Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Sam Darnold. That's all we're hearing. Nobody's talking Lamar Jackson. Nobody's talking Mason Rudolph. I still believe Mason Rudolph is one of the best quarterbacks available in this draft. And whoever sneaks away and gets him in the second round is going to be the prize. Is going to be the steal. Nobody's talking Baker Mayfield. He could go in the first round. Nobody's talking him. It's all been Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, and Josh Rosen. That's what it's all been. Nobody, no more, is talking about Mayfield or Jackson. Nobody's ever talked about Rudolph. And like I said, from what I've seen, what I know, I think Mason Rudolph, next to Sam Darnold, is one of the best available in this draft. And whoever gets him in the second round is going to get the steal. And we saw this a couple years ago. Blake Bortles did this. Jacksonville did this with Blake Bortles. Never heard nothing about them being interested in him. Nobody thought he was going to get drafted high. They did. Now, how has that played for them? Well, it's a seesaw there. But I think that's going to happen with Mason Rudolph and possibly Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson here. Where there's not a lot of talk, doesn't seem a lot of interest, somebody's going to sneak him away. Because I do believe that next to Sam Darnold, Mason Rudolph is the best quarterback available in this draft. Jason Pierre-Paul traded to the Bucs. What are the Giants going to do at number 2? I don't think they're going to move. I don't. People are expecting Browns to take Darnold 1 and the Giants to probably go either Chubb or Barkley at 2. We have seen that you can get very good running backs late, i.e. Calvin Kamara and Kareem Hunt. Now, can we all say Saquon Barkley is the best running back available in this draft? Absolutely. Is he worthy of a top 3, top 5 pick? It depends on your team and where you're at. The Giants have not had a running game in I don't know how long. They need one. I think they'll go Saquon at 2. I think they will go Saquon at 2. But a lot of people are saying Chubb at NC State is better than Clowney and better than Myles Garrett. And if you're hearing that, that's hard to pass up. But it's like I've said before with this, folks. You don't know what to believe. Teams aren't going to want to show their cards. They don't want other teams and executives and GMs to know that this is what they're doing. So anything you hear between now and the draft, do not believe. Because no team in their right mind is going to go out there and say, this is what we're going to do at 2, this is what we're going to do at 5, this is who we like, this is who we don't like. They don't want to show their hand. It's like Texas Hold'em. You don't want to show your hand. You don't want other people to know what you got, what you're looking to do. But I don't think the Giants are going to move off of 2, and I expect them to take Barkley. That's what I would expect. That does it for the show today, folks. Hope that all of you enjoyed it. Have a great, safe Sunday. We'll see you all here Monday evening for Sports Talk Speaker Radio for iHeartRadio.com. I'm Hardy. This is The Hardy Show. Have a great and safe Sunday.